last time I got it. I'm just waiting for it to share. There we go. All right, so the next tab that you will see is recordings. Okay, sorry, is ICE tasks. Okay, and then I'm going to read through this for you. Please note that, as with semester 1, all ICE tasks must be referenced. Anglo-Harvard, ICE task 1 and 2 are based. No, it's, sorry, that, I'm done. No, it's okay. I have to delete. That would be for the people that are not doing Dugga. Okay, let me go to ICE task 1. There is an explanation there. All right. So there, ICE task 1 is a Dugga exercise. Okay. A concern has arisen out of the last exam that students in general found that the online platform, or the OAP, quite challenging. To this, I have been instructed to create an activity. Let me just move it again. An activity in the form of an ICE task for students to reacquaint with the process. The primary objective of the exercise is providing a basic refresher for future ICE tasks for students. Where's Dugga? For a future ICE task that will be loaded onto Dugga. Okay, so the first one we're going to do, the first ICE task we're going to do is not going to be done on Dugga. It's just, I'm going to give you a little activity to do. It's going to be graded. It's going to be marked. It's going to be then placed back on your feed, on your profile, and then you can go through it and see what it. But in that, I've also in this particular area, I've also added and uploaded other documents that will assist you in refreshing yourself in Dugga. Okay. So the challenges that we found were both technical and or disfluency. Now, disfluency means struggling to express your thoughts. We found that students struggled to type their ideas and their answers in that little block that's provided for your answer. In constructing sentences and actually giving 5 points for 5 marks. So there is another little tab that I have added as well, and you could probably see it somewhere. I'm not sure where it's popped up now. It's yeah, there's Dugga resources. Okay, I'll reposition it by Dugga. So that's more focused on how to answer the questions and what you should be doing to get your full marks. Okay. Now, from the technical point of view, the assignment is probably, this little first assignment is probably more technical than anything else to get you to refresher. When they told me that I should do a Dugga thing, I said, okay, fine, but the 5121s will be a little bit more comfortable with using Dugga because they've used it before. Okay. So we just, as I say, we just do a refresher and then we do a task on Dugga. Okay, that's just, and that will be more or less closer to the end of the semester with one of the either ICE task 3 or 4. So that it's closer to the exam, that you have all that sort of information still stored inside and fresh when you do your exam. You'll see there's the first link is your ICE task. Okay, it's very short. It's more of an activity than a hectic ICE task. And I'm not sure whether you see it when I go into a. Okay, so it gives you a case scenario. Sipu's mobile car wash. It tells you all about his car wash, and in his first month, it gives you spending money and this and this. How does he handle customer bookings? And the test question for 15 marks is identify 3 business management elements and explain how he applies it in his case study. Provide a practical recommendation for how he should change his daily business operations. Okay, and it's a 15-mark question. Why it's a 15-mark question is because I need to have a look how you're constructing your sentences and things like that. Okay. I need to get out of here now. Hope I don't. Okay. And then we go. I'm just trying to see. Oh, okay, let me just close that. If I do something, I'll go back. Okay, close that one. Come on. Okay, so we now back in ARC. Okay, so the second document that's there is a student guide, a Dugga student guide. Tells you how to do it, refresh your memory. Then the next one would be a step-by-step guide. So you've got two guides that can help you there. And then we've got Dugga and how does it work. Okay, so there's three documents there that you can go through to refresh your memory before you do the ICE task. Okay. And this ICE task we're going to submit. I have created it as we did in the first semester. You're going to submit it on ARC. Okay. And then the third or the fourth ICE task, they will have created because they're still busy preparing Dugga to be able to do an ICE task on it. At the moment, you can only do an exam on it. No, for future reference, maybe if you're going into the BCom space and you're going to do Dugga, they are looking at people completing assignments on Dugga. So yeah, there's a lot of cool information and things that are coming up in this space. Okay. I know it's a little bit different, and then I think if it's a little bit overwhelming, you're just going to give it a try. If you get 1 out of 15, it's not a problem because you've still submitted your ICE task. You still get your 2.5 out of 10 for that ICE task, okay? So don't stress about whether it's 100% correct or you haven't quite grasped Dugga yet and you can't remember how to do this and how to do that, okay? Both exercises, the one on Dugga and the one on ARC, will count as ICE tasks, and if you submit them both, you will then also get your... The only thing that I need you to do is I need you to stick to the submission dates, okay? Because I have to collate all the ICE tasks and then write a report for the campus to tell them exactly where I think you are in this particular process, okay? So it's not quite BMAD and content-wise. Two of the ICE tasks will be the same as last year or last semester, where we're looking at content. Okay. But we've also been told that we mustn't give these ICE tasks that are tedious and long-winded and things like that. So, yeah, I still have to design and create the other ICE tasks, and what I need to do there is try and cover as much of the content as possible so that you can familiarize yourself with it. Okay. Any questions? Can I ask? I'm going to stop sharing. Let me just see if there's anything else. But I can always come back to it. Oh, I'll come back to academic integrity in a while. I'm just going to stop sharing and answer any questions that you may have pertaining to this particular type of ICE task. I see there's quite a number of people online now. Have you got any questions? Aaron, yes. Remember, a submission date is the final date. The link's open. It's like with any submission. The moment the link's there, then you're allowed to submit it. Okay. And the link is there already, so you can complete it and submit it at your leisure, as long as you do it by the 7th of August. Okay. Alrighty. Are there any of you online now that don't use Dugga? I need to know. the extent of when what can I say, when I'm not defending, but I'm motivating for the fact that we need to have other ICE tasks for other students that don't use Dugga, then, okay. I know a lot of you use Dugga in the exam. It's quite a nice thing, and what it does is it also provides a lot of space for feedback. Whereas if you write on campus, it's a little bit more difficult for the feedback and things like that. So, okay. I'm going to stop the clock again, just to come back to a different topic. Okay, stop.